After a lot of fun at Nakpan Beach yesterday, and definitely way too much sun, today we're heading on Tour C. We booked Tour C through the restaurant that we ate at every day. I can't remember the name of the place, something canteen, but her name's Leah. She was awesome. Mm-hmm. She would say that our kids were her brothers and sisters and that we were her mom and dad.
Which is funny because
She's
she
like
had a daughter.
mid-40s.
She had a daughter there that was like just a little bit younger than me.
Yeah. We ate at her place every night. The food was great. The prices were
the cheapest we could find on the
in all of El Nido. Yeah. We could find. And then because we ate there every night, she gave us a bit of a deal on a private tour for Tour C. We're heading out to our boat. We opted to do the private tour because we're 6 anyway, so the price difference was maybe 30 bucks more. The private tour compared to the group tour is worth spending the extra money.
If you have enough people, it might not even be extra for you.
But either way, I mean, just to be able to choose how long you want to stay at each place.
The private boats leave how much sooner than the...
Like an hour and a half.
Yeah, so while all the group tours are sitting on the beach waiting to leave, that's when all the private tours get loaded up and leave. So it's nice to leave ahead of everybody.
Yeah, it's nice to beat the crowds, and the first couple of stops you have the places completely to yourself, which is really nice. So the first stop on Tour C was Hidden Beach. And at Hidden Beach, you're pulling up on the boat and you're just staring at these limestone cliffs and you think there's nothing there. And then all of a sudden you get closer and closer and closer and you realize that the rock wall kind of opens up and you can actually walk in like knee-deep to ankle-deep water. And then as you're trekking along through ankle-deep water, all of a sudden it opens up again into this white sand beach that's completely hidden from view from the ocean. There's a hidden beach in there. Hidden Beach was really nice, and even the fact that there was no one else there was really, really special. On the group tours, the guides wouldn't get off the boat with you, but on the private tour they would get off and they'd help with the kids and they'd show you special things about each place. So at Hidden Beach they knew of an enemy where there was some clownfish hanging out, so they took the kids over to find Nemo, and they thought that was pretty special. The next stop was, I don't know where it was, but it was just a place to snorkel, and it was awesome. The water was so clear. There was thousands and thousands of fish. Like I was trying to get a video of the coral, and the fish kept getting in the way because there was too many of them. Tour C was Secret Beach. And because we spent so much time snorkeling, because on the private tour you say how much time you want to spend at each place, we spent so much time snorkeling because it was awesome. By the time we got to Secret Beach, there was a lot of people there and lots of boats parked out in the entrance to it. But basically it's you pull up on the ocean, you jump off your boat and you swim, and there's a little entrance into the cave that on high tide you have to actually swim under and through to get into Secret Beach. But we were there when the tide was down, so you can just swim under this little archway of rock to get in, and it opens up into the Secret Beach. It was really nice in there.
Really disappointed because before we swam up we didn't know that the tide was down a little bit, and the guide had said it was too much for the kids, that we had to leave the kids in the boat. So Jesse and Jacob went and came back, and then I went, but in hindsight the water was low enough that we could have taken all the kids.
Yeah.
And I wish they could have seen that part.
The next stop on the tour was just pulling over at a beach. There was kind of this little inlet in the ocean, and there was beaches all along, and we just stopped at one where there wasn't very many people and had lunch there, and it was really, really nice. And the kids snorkeled around. And they were climbing on the boat, just having fun while they prepared our lunch for us. And the lunch again was awesome.
And then we had the whole thing to ourselves because it was just us.
We're gonna go upstairs. I'm gonna touch his teeth.
And chicken and rice and that mixed up veggie soy sauce topping you pour on it.
And shrimp.
Shrimp and
Fresh
fruit. Oh, the fruit is so good. So while we were on that island that we were eating on, it started to rain, and it wasn't too bad at first. We were still playing in the water and having fun. But as we got into the boat, it started to rain quite a bit harder. It was pretty cool. The kids were getting kind of wet and cold.
And the guides were freezing. It was really funny because the guide was freezing cold, and he was like huddled behind a little corner of the boat with a food tray tucked behind his head so he wouldn't get splashed with the waves and the wind coming in. But it made it that made it an adventure, but it was pretty cold and everything was soaking wet. So when we got to Helicopter Island, Ben didn't even want to get off the boat, so Brienne stayed on the boat with Ben because he was freezing cold, wrapped up in a blanket.
He ended up falling asleep right away, so he just slept on my lap while you guys all explored.
Yeah, but we had maybe 5 minutes of no rain, so I was able to get the drone out for a couple of minutes, and then it started pouring rain while I had it out, so I quickly brought the drone back, but didn't get any footage of the beach itself on Helicopter Island. But
you guys played in the water quite a bit there.
Yeah, we played in the water, and there was some
I know, you guys completely buried yourselves in the sand to stay warm. You were all lying in the sand.
Yeah.
In these holes.
Yeah, it was cold, so I dug a little pit in the sand for each of the kids and laid them in there and buried them all up so just their faces were sticking out, so they're staying warm in the sand. it was a lot of fun, but it was just kind of too bad. It was howling wind and pouring rain while we were there. So after Helicopter Island, that was the end of the tour, and it was time to head back to El Nido.
We absolutely loved El Nido. It was just gorgeous, beautiful beaches, and so much to see. Next time we would love to go back to El Nido, maybe do some of the tours that we didn't do. And then we'd love to go farther north and venture out to Quran and spend a few nights there as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, so we went back to Leah's for supper again, and then back to the hotel, and it was time to leave El Nido. So we were super sad to leave El Nido, but at the same time we were really excited to get to Puerto Princessa for the underground river tour that we booked. We were able to book again through Leah's, so that was really nice to have it booked before we got there. So before we end this video, we just want to say a huge thanks to Cody and Isa from We Wander. I just want to read a post that they put on their own channel. It says, "Hey Wanderers, I hope everyone is staying safe this weekend. Isa and I have recently been keeping up with Jesse Bolter's channel. We find ourselves really enjoying their unique style of vlogging. For those wanting more genuinely good Philippine videos without any Pinoy baiting," which I don't know what that is, "or BS, then follow the link below and check them out. I think you'll like it." So I just want to say thank you, Cody, if you're watching this, for that shout out. We really, really do appreciate the support. If you haven't checked out their channel, I would like to suggest that you would do it. They have some really entertaining stuff on there.
And it's actually how we found a lot of cool places, was following them before we went, so check them out.
So thank you everybody for watching. If you want to see our last video, click right here. And if you want to subscribe, click right here. It's just a little round picture of our family. Just click it.
Just click it.
It's just sitting right there. It'll take you like half a second. Just tap on it.
Yeah.
Give them more
we'll
time.
Just give you some time right now.
Just give us more time. We got 20 seconds at the end, so.